Hey guys, it's Steph here. So I hope you're having a good day. It's going to be rainy today. It's a little bit overcast. So in this video, my husband planted all of our cold hardy vegetables. He's kind of the expert in growing all of them. I wanted to show you what he put in our garden boxes. Now is the perfect time to get these different vegetables into the ground. We actually didn't harden them off and he just directly put them into our container. So we didn't quite know what to expect, but I told him it will be fine. They're pretty tough plants. They might go through a little bit of transplant shock. So far, they're doing really good. There are a few herbs in there that are definitely cold hardy too. And then I'm going to be planting some Iceland Poppies to go with my Snapdragons in one of my garden boxes. The Snapdragons haven't even started to grow yet. I wintered them over in fall, removed the straw, and so now I'm just waiting for them to wake up. But I think they're going to be beautiful together, and I had some empty bare spots in here that I wanted to combine with those Snapdragons. I'm going to have to buy a few more of them. Anyways, I love Iceland Poppies. I did sow some in my cutting garden, waiting to see what's going to happen with those. Okay, so let's take a tour of all these vegetables and then I will get those Iceland Poppies into the ground. The first thing he put in here are these snap peas, one of my favorites. I just really enjoy them. They're so delicious. But right here you can see that there's a little bit of that leaf torch right there, leaf burn, whatever you want to call it. But this is just a little bit of transplant shock. So these had been in the greenhouse for months in really nice warm temperatures, and then we just brought them out here. They're gonna have to recover a little bit, but they'll be fine. It was kind of nice to not have to worry about that, bring them in and out. So it was worth it at this point. Some of them look just fine, like no transplant shock. So your snap peas definitely can go in right now. And then we've got some dill right here. He's got some radishes over here. And then a lot of different lettuces. These are so good when the temperatures are cold, but when it starts to warm up, they just really turn bitter. So you definitely want to enjoy lettuce with those cooler temperatures. So I'm wondering if some raccoons have been nibbling on them. I know they love lettuce and we have a lot of raccoons, or it could be deer. We're not exactly sure, but there has been a little bit of nibbling. I think if it were deer, they would take off the whole tops of them. So I think it might be raccoons. So we've got our lettuce in the ground, and then right here is some kale, some chard, so different types of those healthy greens, which I love having these for smoothies. So I'm excited to start eating a little bit healthier again. I'm so much healthier when spring and summer comes. So these are your collard green champs varieties. There's just a bunch of different varieties. And then we also have some cabbage right here. I think this is cabbage. Where is the label? Let's look real quick. Yeah, or cauliflower. I knew it wasn't cabbage. I meant to say cauliflower. So different varieties of cauliflower, white magic, and then there's another one. I'm not quite sure which one it is. But in the past, we've always been too late to get these into the ground, so we haven't enjoyed them fully. So I'm hoping, since they're out here so early, this year will be the year. So that's the first garden box. As I'm walking over to the other garden box, I just want to say most of these cold hardy vegetables are cold hardy down to around 25 degrees. It is going to get really cold the next 3 nights. It's going to be 27 degrees, 29 degrees, and I think 29 degrees after that. So we're going to cover these with some frost fabric just for those 3 nights, and then we'll remove them just because they are younger plants. They haven't really gotten established yet. I think that's going to really protect them. And then I think after that, the forecast is looking pretty good, finally, but you just never know. So I'll just keep checking the forecast. This is where all of his broccoli is. So many different varieties of broccoli. If you have not tasted homegrown broccoli, there is no comparison. I like your tomatoes in the store. It's so much better. So look how many there are. All of these need to be thinned out. And so he put them directly in the ground. We've had a cold night last night, a few cold nights, and they're doing just fine. They look really healthy, really small, no hardening off. Just stuck them in here. So good to go. But he's got a lot of thinning that he's gonna have to do. And then we've got some kale over here, some more kale. And then right here, some more dill, and then some cilantro. So these are all cold hardy. Cilantro really just kind of fizzles with the heat. So you kind of want to enjoy it really early on in the season. And then we end up just usually buying it from the store during the summertime. And then oregano. Oregano is a beautiful herb, but look at all those. Good luck getting those out, hubby. That is a lot to thin out. And then, yeah, that's one I cook with a lot. And definitely cilantro, but some of you might think it tastes like soaps. I heard that the other day. I'm like, soap? No way. It's like the best herb ever. Okay, this is funny. My son wrote this. We have no idea what it is. This is going to be a surprise plant. Okay, so before I move on to those Iceland Poppies, I'm just gonna go over the ones that we planted once more, just as a reminder. So we've got some radishes, we've got those sugar snap peas, we've got some lettuces, kale, collard greens, cauliflower, broccoli, dill, oregano, cilantro, and I think that's about it. So I think we're good to go. We have some of our heat-loving vegetables growing in the greenhouse. Those are going to be going into the ground in about a month and a half. Anyways, let's go plant the poppies. They are one of those colder hardy biennials, perennials that really like the colder temperatures, and when the heat sets in, they start to fizzle too. Here is one in bloom. Aren't these so cute? They have a lot of different colors. Here's a yellow one. But I looked all around. I found this size container, 4-inch container, at a local nursery, and they were $2.50. Walmart is selling them, but they're bigger containers, like gallon-sized containers. No, not gallon. I don't know how big they are, but they're selling them for $8, and I just could not stomach that price. So it's not going to fill my entire flower bed, but it is going to add some beauty to these Snapdragons. I might break down. I'm still thinking about it and get 3 of those just because they're bigger. We'll see. I think 3 would be okay once these Snapdragons start to fill in. But that's like $24. That's so expensive. I got all of these for that same price. But here are my Snapdragon plants. So I transplanted them in fall. They are very much alive. So once I transplanted them in fall, I wasn't quite sure if they'd winter over. I covered them with straw because we're a zone 6. They're usually cold hardy to down. Zone 7, we had a cold winter. So they're kind of behaving like perennials in my climate these days. So I was happy. So these Iceland Poppies get about 15 inches tall, and then my Snapdragon variety that I have in there, I think it's the Potomac Ivory White, will get about 3 feet tall, so I'm gonna have to stake them up. It's just gonna be really fun because they're both really great at cutting. So I'll bring them inside and enjoy them. Okay, let's get these in the ground. I might even add some violas. I found some dollar violas at Walmart just to add some more pop to this little garden box. It's gonna be so pretty. I have a beautiful number of worms in here. They're everywhere. So this soil is just a good mixture of compost and some Nutri-Mulch, and I think a little bit of topsoil, not a lot. It's really loamy, well draining, so the flowers are gonna do awesome in here. I'm so pleased to see all these worms. There just became a massive windstorm. So I'm gonna get those in the ground. I hope you guys like this video. I cannot wait to highlight. I'm getting some blooms finally, so I'll have a little tour soon. I'm really excited. And anyways, go buy yourself some Iceland Poppies if you can find them for a good price. They're gonna be so much fun to enjoy. They're a beautiful flower, and then these cold hardy vegetables are gonna be so amazing. I'm so excited to finally eat them again. It's been a long winter. Oh my gosh, can you guys hear that? It's nuts. Oh, dang it. My low toners are getting blown like crazy. I'm going to have to go cover those now. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you like this video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.